when we comes to the chronograph, especially this year, 2023, the Odysseus chronograph, it looks so simple. At the very first look, you cannot tell it's a chronograph.
Exactly. That's because the stop, second hand, and the minute counter, first time at Lange, comes from the center. We thought it's maybe a better readability for sporty, elegant, sporty activities if you have the minute counter from the center. Of course, it's also a different design towards the things we already made. It's not easy also because we have the typical Odysseus design, so it means the outside weekday window and the outside date window. It means there are discs underneath, almost a bit like tight work, full of discs, not enough space to get out with axes and counters and subdials. So we said, this would be a perfect combination. And yes, and we like a bit the effect that it's very discreet. Because the watch you're buying for yourself to enjoy. The fun thing is inside. Our first automatic chronograph, which is a different approach. You need to find space for the chronograph mechanism. So that's why we decided to go for a vertical clutch, but not just a vertical clutch, because it is on the market already, but we have a different approach. Of course, we are Lange. Of course, we look left and right, what has been done in the past, and you get inspired, and maybe we do it like this, we do it our own way. And still, it's always interesting. Of course, the first goal is for the movement designer to create a movement which is full functioning perfectly and reliable. Another important aspect is also the design. How are we showing the mechanism? What is the impact, the fascination mechanics? Otherwise, you don't need to buy a mechanical watch. It's also that part. I think we find a very nice combination. We have the normal Odysseus with the two pushers, the real special shape pushers, which are for the weekday adjustment and the date adjustment. What did we do now? 120 meters water resistance, so you want to drill as few holes in the case as possible. So we said, can't we find a way that we use the pushers if the screwed crown is fixed for the chronograph, and as soon as you need to adjust the day or the weekday or the date, you unscrew the crown, pull in the first position, and then the function of the two pushers changes. They suddenly become for the date and the weekday. It's even funny, if you would start a measurement, so you start your chronograph and you see, the date is not correct. Doesn't matter. Your measurement continues. So you can unscrew the crown, pull the first position, the chronograph continues to do its work, and you can switch the day and the date, and you fix it again, and then everything's good.
That is a huge step for the mechanism itself.
Yeah.
Because normally the chronograph, when it functions, you can do nothing on the watches. But and now the Odysseus has. Yeah. Wow. And also there's a special zero set system in the Odysseus chronograph.
You know, we like zero resets and how it resets. The reason is also a bit of a practical and a technical one. We went with a vertical clutch, minute counter from the center. The way how we made that construction, we thought it's a better way not to go too aggressive. What does it mean, not to go too aggressive? Normally, if you do the zero reset, it goes clang. It goes really with a high power and a force. Normally, in the vertical clutch, we know most of the systems, they go with two hammers. They go inside and then the conic, and it lifts or lowers the wheel. We lift the whole system. So we have a column wheel, and that is connected, and we lift and lower the whole connection, not by coming from the side. And we do the zero reset with just one hammer zero reset. So it means that for every minute, because the stop second makes 1 minute, if you're, for example, 20 minutes measured and you push the zero reset, the second hand is turning for each minute, which parts one turn. So it's quite sensational to see. We call it the dynamic zero reset. You push it and you see the whole, like in a time loop frame. So it goes not just, it's still very accurate, of course, Lange, but it goes very gently. It saves a little bit the system with the hands and everything. And then we discovered when we built prototypes, oh wow, it looks cool, that's nice. But we didn't know that before, but it looks quite sensational actually, the zero reset on that system. It's fun.
Very looking forward to see the real piece then. Because I think the design itself is quite amazing. You cannot imagine the coaxial chronograph mini hand and the second hand together with the two window of the day and date. And so, well, it's out of the imagination then.
And a thing about the red stop second hand, it is not just painted. We don't like too much painted hands. The only exclusively painted hand is the one on the lumen, the Datograph lumen with the Superluminova paint. We couldn't solve that otherwise. But we are not so fond of the surface which gives by painting. So the stop second hand of the Odysseus chronograph is made out of aluminium. And why? Because it's alloxation, it's anodized. It gives a very deep color, so the material is whole. It's in the whole part, it's red.
Wow.
It was quite hard to make it, and we partly finished the hand in-house.
It has to be a very nice mechanism to make it like back accurate.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a really the Lange detail.